18 WJTS Sports presents the Mater Dei Wildcats versus the Jasper Wildcats.
This game's brought to you by DuBois County Tire and Supply, McDonald's, Carpet Warehouse, Eubler & Sons, Marina's Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and Westside Dairy Queen. Now let's go down to the court.
Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats are taking on the Mater Dei Wildcats. The Jasper Wildcats at 14-3 against Mater Dei, who stands at 5-9. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Markos on the video. And Jason, we're back in the conference mode, I guess, when it comes to the basketball season. 2 games that we have remaining in the Southern Indiana Athletic Conference season. Cats are currently 5-2. There's 3 teams ahead of us with only 1 loss, that being Wrights, Castle, and Bosse. We will play Bosse Friday night, but tonight it's against Mater Dei, and we just really got to take care of business, don't we?
Yeah, you're right, Craig. We need to win out, obviously, because of the number of teams that are ahead of us. With only 1 loss, and we've got 2. So it's very important that, we take care of ourselves, and whatever happens above us happens. I'm sure a lot of those teams play each other yet. I think Wrights is the only one that's played quite a few conference games. I think they're sitting at 5-1.
Right.
So they've got 3 left. Castle, who like you said, we play Friday night. They're, I believe, 3-1 also, so
right.
they've got some games left to play in the conference. But I think here of lately they've been playing pretty decent basketball, so that's going to be a big game.
Well, and we're taking on a Mater Dei team that had lost 3 straight to Boonville, Castle, and Heritage Hills, but they won their last outing. That was actually on February 1st, so it's been about a week or so since they played basketball, but they knocked off Forest Park in that game. Isaac Gable led them. The junior had 24 points in that 68-56 win over Forest Park, a game where Mater Dei shot over 50% from three-point range. So I'm sure they're going to really try to take advantage of what Isaac Gable can give to them with his size and all that, but also to try to really utilize that three-point shot tonight.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Again, we just got to defend and defend hard. If we play defense the way we're capable of and have been, it could be a long night for them.
All right, so we are underway. Jasper wins the tip there, and Cats with their starting lineup of Tanner Ernie, Grant Young, Connor Foley, Gus Heichelbeck, and Jack Albrand. And, of course, the Wildcats without the services of Carter Mundy, who was lost last week with a knee injury. So Cats did a nice job kind of filling his spot, especially with Ernie scoring 17 points and Albrand scoring 10 in that win against Heritage Hills the other night. So we got a whistle down low. But tell you, Connor Foley, who's now our leading scorer, I mean, he's had quite a 3-game run in the last 3 games. 16-10 against Heritage Hills, 18-11 against New Albany, and against Northeast DuBois, 29-10 in the Wildcats' 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, and I think, the coaching staff probably challenged him a little bit at halftime of the DuBois game because that's kind of when he caught on fire, after that. And he's been playing a lot better here the last 2.5 games,
right.
So he needs to continue that.
And Tanner Ernie needs to continue that. He's really been taking it to the hole, and he gets the first 2 points of this ball game. So, again, 17 points the other night, and it'd be nice for him to be a consistent double-figure scorer from here on out.
Yeah, that definitely would.
Well, there's a drive baseline, now kick out. 3-point shot is on the way. That does not go. That was actually launched there by Blaine Herr. Now Mater Dei comes up with the loose ball, and they're coming the other way. That's number 21, Ben Taylor, along with Luke McDermott, number 31, Isaac Gables, 33, Blaine Herr is 40, and Mason Wunderlich is number 42 on their starting lineup. Long on that 3-point shot was Isaac Gable, who, as we mentioned, had a huge game against Forest Park, and there's another bucket there by Ernie.
Yeah, he's starting the night off like what he does best, and that's taking the ball to the basket and being able to convert it into layups.
I thought the Cats played really good defense against Heritage Hills. Sicily got us 20 points, but no other scores in double figures as a three-point misses everything there. But the ball gets knocked away, and Mater Dei's got it back. 4-0's our score. Jasper leads.
You're right. We talked a little bit about that earlier, that, if we play the defense the way we're capable of, it can keep us in a lot of ball games and help us win a lot of ball games.
And the other thing is just to make sure that you guard that perimeter shot, and I think we've been doing a really good job of that in the last few ball games as well. All right, so Gable's going to have to back up there, and he gives it up. It's Blaine Hurt with the basketball. Now dribbled there by McDermott. There's a three-point shot that goes in and out for McDermott. So Mater Dei still looking for their first points as the Wildcats of Jasper go the other way, and there's going to be a foul called on McDermott. So
yeah, the way this one's starting, it looks like Mater Dei likes to settle for the three-point attempts anyways.
Right.
And I can see if they're hitting those, they've had 3 of them. They've been decent shots. They just haven't went in. And if they're hitting those, they can be a pretty decent team then.
Right.
They beat, I looked at their thing. They beat Evansville North. They beat Bar Reeve. They beat some caliber teams, but then they've turned around and lost to some teams like, not to take away from anybody, but they've lost to Boonville, Gibson Southern, and those are teams that they probably shouldn't lose to.
Right. All right, so Jasper leads 5-0, and the ball goes off of Wunderlich. So Mason Wunderlich, the quarterback for Mater Dei, as they made a nice run in the tournament. Just a junior at 6'5". Mater Dei putting on the full court press early.
Number 11, Peyton Lee, checked in for Mater Dei.
And so the Cats are able to break it there. 4:48 on the clock, and that's a wide open shot by Ernie, and he pops it. He had a three-pointer the other night as well, so he is on a tear. 7 of the Wildcats, 8 points, and Mater Dei wants the timeout. So we'll take a break. Jasper leads 8-0 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Mater Dei Wildcats call the timeout. Kurt Wildeman in his 15th year, 183 and 160, and Cats come up with a steal. Ernie gets to the lane, kicks back out. And there's Foley attacking. He puts it up and in. So again, he's just got to take advantage of what he's got, and that's his body and size.
He did a good job of getting to the basket there and drawing contact and being able to finish it. Because there's times just like that, for example, that there's not going to be a foul called, and you got to be able to finish the shot.
Well, the air ball goes right into Wunderlich's hands, and now he's going to battle, and he's able to get some space there and put that shot up and in for their first 2. So 10-2, Jasper to lead. Jasper jumped out to a 10-0 lead here and now faces another full court press. Cats able to break it as they get it over to Grant Young. He's on the wing there. Gus long on that three-point shot, so he's been trying to find that mark since the previous weekend against New Albany and Du Bois, where he hit 4 3-pointers in those 2 games, including 3 against New Albany, and the first win for the Wildcats since we were almost in high school.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a drive, now kick. And the ball game is Peyton Lee, number 11 for Mater Dei. Wunderlich feeds down low. Herr makes a move, but can't get the shot up and in. Overshoots it, actually, and now he gets it over to the corner to Ernie. Yeah, Ernie only had 1 3-pointer all season prior to hitting one against Heritage Hills, and he's already popped one tonight, so he's trying to fill in that void that Carter Mundi has left. But you can't shoot him, miss everything unless you get the rebound. And
that was a pass into Foley.
Now Gus gets a rebound, so the Cats come up with 2 offensive boards there. Foley gets 1, and Gus the other, and now he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, we took advantage of our size inside there that time. Outside of Wunderlich at 6'5", they only go 6 foot, 6'1", 6'3", so
right.
Gus and Connor ought to be able to dominate the boards inside.
Well, Gus does what he does. He pops a free throw. He's shooting over 90% on the season.
Englert came in for Allbrand, and I believe
so Gus is 2 for 2 there, makes it a 12-2 lead. So the Jasper Wildcats off to a quick start here against Mater Dei. Again, a conference game, so very important for the Cats to pull off these next two if they have any chance of maybe getting a share of that conference title this year.
Yeah, I think that's about where you're at with it. There's a nice shot by Lee, but you know you basically got to hope for a share of it because it's going to be very hard to win it outright, I think, with the teams ahead of you.
Right. Ooh, actually flirting with the line there was Beekler, but then he ended up throwing it away anyway, so Cats have with the turnover. Wonderlick tries to go up and under and hits the, oh, they're saying it went off Beekler.
I thought he got fouled, but we'll just let them have the ball instead.
All right, so Mater Dei will inbound. Englert all over Lee there. Long three-pointer launch there, and McDermott hits this one. So he's got his first three-pointer. He had 19 in a win over Bar Eve earlier this year. So again, Mater Dei's got the ability to beat good teams, but it's just got to be on a consistent basis for them.
Yeah, and like I said, I think a lot of it comes down to their outside shooting.
Right. Now here's McDermott attacking against Englert. Short on the shot there, and Ernie's going to quickly go the other way. He's cut off there by Lee. Now he feeds down into Michael.
Beekler needs to take care of the basketball. He's got 2 turnovers and hadn't been in the game for 30 seconds.
Well, Beekler split it there, but I thought he thought he got contact.
He kind of forced that.
McDermott can't hit from the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds, Jasper way. 1:02 on the clock. Subs, Gus back in, Allbrand back in. 12-7, Jasper with a 5-point lead over Mater Dei. Gable comes back in. So Cats just got to eat up this press, but a little trouble this time, but Allbrand gets it across. Number 30 in the ball game is Connor Greery. And Gus, again, point-blank shots have got to start falling for him. Wonderlick, I think he wanted a little more than just a layup there, but he draws the contact from Foley. He'll shoot 2.
I think he went at that one like a quarterback running up the middle. He knew he was going to get hammered and was just going to do whatever he could to try to get it up.
Well, Connor Foley was all over him in the football game earlier this year as Foley playing defensive end spot. Chase Wonderlick all night. 12-7, Jasper still leads, 41.4 to go. Wonderlick's second foul shot is good.
He's not your prototype high school quarterback, is he, at 6'5"?
At 6'5" and as rock solid as he is.
Yeah.
Again, just a junior, so he'll have his senior campaign coming up in the fall. Foley throws that away as Allbrand was trying to cut to the corner there, and he pitched it out to the wing.
I've got us for 5 turnovers here in the first quarter, and I'm sure Coach Gable and the coaching staff's not going to be very pleased with that.
You're not pleased with it up here.
No, not at all.
All right, we're down to 17 seconds. Englert all over Lee. Don't commit the foul, but gives up his dribble. It's going to be a chance for the Cats. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. But a nice block there. Good defensive play by number 32. Is that Drew Lannert?
Yeah, I believe so. It was good hustle. I mean, a lot of times kids will just give up and, let them go, or they'll go down there and commit a foul. He did a good job of getting the block.
Foley attacks, shot up, overshot there. Now that will end the quarter. So Jasper jumped out 10-0. Since then, Mater Dei on an 8-2 run to make it 12-8 here on 18 WJTS. All right, we played 1, Jasper 12, Mater Dei 8. Mater Dei will have the ball to start the second quarter. On the floor for them is 33 Gable. 31, McDermott's got the basketball. Lee's still out there. Lannert's out there along with Wunderlich. Shot does not go there. Gus comes down with the board. They leave Grant Young all alone, but boy, he came up way short on that three-point shot.
That's one of those you're not in the rhythm of the game, because it was like, oh, they're not going to guard me. I'm open. I got to shoot this.
Right, it's almost like you're just playing horse or something.
There's so many times that's a tough shot to hit when you're not.
Well, another turnover. Now they set up McDermott for a three-point shot. He hesitated a little bit as Beekler put some pressure on him there. All right, so Foley's going to sit. I think Modern Day is looking to press the entire game. All right, now they eventually get it across here. Beekler's got it. McDermott picking him up. 12-8's our score as they get it down in the blocks. That's Ernie. Left-handed shot up and in, so good ball game for him. 9 points. 9 of Jasper's 14. Jasper's up by 6. Drive there by McDermott. Now he's going to have to kick back out. What are you seeing as far as their offense out there, Jason?
Well, they like to play the perimeter. I mean, they've got the big guy, but he doesn't post very much or very often. Like there, he's on the low post, but he doesn't even try to post up. He's just standing there.
The Cats come up with the rebound. Ernie quickly the other way. Now he gets it down into Gus. Gus, good job using the glass there. So Gus gets his first bucket of the ball game.
That was a good job of transition. There was nothing on the initial surge, and then the secondary surge was there. Gus posted up and Tanner did a nice job of getting him the ball when he was open.
Oh, yeah. And he finished this time.
But, look at them now. They got all 5 guys outside the three-point line. And that's just a wild, crazy thrown-up shot.
And
there's
wild,
another turnover.
Pass. Oh, man. So, again, they come the other way, and that's a quick bucket there for Gable.
I mean, we're letting them hang around. We're letting them hang in the game. I mean, it shouldn't be, we got a 6-point lead, but we've also got 7 turnovers.
Right. So 5:27 on the clock is a double team there on Grant Young, but now Ernie with it. Young gets it back at the top. 16-10, Jasper leads.
This is what we need to do. Just be patient and let our offense work.
Ernie tried to feed down on the baseline there to Michael, and he can't handle it, but now Gus comes up with the loose one. Mater Dei playing aggressive man-to-man defense, but nice job there by Grant Young to get down low and puts that shot up and in, and he'll go to the line to shoot one.
A lot of times when you got teams like in that situation there that, it was a loose ball, Jasper came up with it, and Mater Dei scrambling on defense, and that's kind of what Grant did. He kind of took advantage of that because his guy come flying at him, and he was able to get to the basket off of him.
All right, 18-10, Jasper over Mater Dei. 4th foul called on the Mater Dei Wildcats, and the free throw's good. So the Cats get it back up to 9 now. So Grant will sit after that three-point play. Engler back in. Gable with it. Ben Taylor with it. He's back in the ball game. Stops, pops, doesn't go. And I think, are they going to call a foul here?
I don't know what they're going to call.
Yeah, I believe so, because the travel, I think, was
somebody
because of the foul.
Somebody had number 21, Taylor. They had him by the shirt because they about pulled it off of him.
Oh, did they? Okay. Well, he's the one that got called for the foul.
I know it.
All right, so Ben Taylor's first personal foul. 5 now on Mater Dei, so Cats just a couple away from shooting free throws. Double team, and
they're kind of running a half-court trap now.
Right.
In that initial pass.
Albran on the wing. Good screen set there. Does not take the shot. 4:09 on the clock. Cats with a 9-point lead. Good job by Foley. Drew that double team, was able to split the difference and puts it up and in for an easy one.
He was patient with that. You know, he let the play kind of develop.
Right. 21-10, Jasper with an 11-point lead. That was Foley's 4th point of the ball game. Both these teams just played tough, hard-nosed man-to-man. Of course, Wilderman took over for John Gable, who spent 5 years at Mater Dei, his alma mater, winning a state championship there. Wilderman's been there ever since. 21-10 as we're down to 3:22 on the clock here in the second quarter. 3-point shot on the way. That is not there for McDermott. And the ball will go out of bounds. Jasper will have it.
We're doing a good job on not letting them, when they're shooting their 3-point shot attempts, they're not set. They're kind of forced. You know, they're not like open shots where they have time to catch and think and shoot.
Again, Albrand fighting through a double team and loses the basketball, so coming up with it is Ben Taylor. Now, the lane was wide open there for Lee, and he attacked it, but he draws the contact. Wasn't able to hit the shot, but he'll shoot 2. So chalk that one up to Jack Albrand, his first. Lee, left-handed shooter, doesn't go. And he pops the second one. 10-point lead for Jasper. Foley comes up to help the press, gets it over to Ernie. Englert left all alone. He had a 3-point shot the other night, and good job by Foley.
Foley got by with a push-off there. His right arm, he shoved that guy under the basket, and the rebound came right to him.
So he's got a 6-point. Jasper now with a 12-point lead. 3-point shot doesn't go, and Wunderlich tries to come down with the board. All right, so Grant Young's going to check in. They're looking for Wunderlich down low, but weren't able to get it to him. So now back up top, a drive there by Lannert. Lee's going to pop a 3, way long on that one. Grant Young again sees an opening there. Oh, he couldn't finish this time. It could have been another 3-point opportunity for him, but he'll have to shoot 2. (23-11) with 2:14 on the clock here, second quarter. 6 fouls now on Mater Dei. That's the second one whistled on Ben Taylor. So Jasper hitting the free throws early on, 5 of 6. Grant Young's second one pops right through. 25-11, 14-point lead with coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Good defense there by Grant Young to deny that drive to the lane there. Wunderlich is cut off there by Foley. He gives it up, baseline Lee. Gets an opening there in the lane, puts it up and in. So Peyton Lee, 5 points for him. Leads Mater Dei, 25-13. Foley goes baseline, reverse layup, not there though. Good job by Spencer Englert to knock that away, and Michael comes up with it. 1:09 on the clock, 12-point lead for the Wildcats of Jasper. Ernie, good shot fake, but now gives it up.
We don't need to force anything here. Need to get a good shot. Clock's in your favor, scores in your favor.
Foley with the double team. He's got to give it up, but he does. Actually finds Beekler for a wide open layup.
And that's what you got to do. You know, when you've got two guys guarding you, that means somebody somewhere doesn't have anybody on.
Right. So nice feed on the baseline there, and Michael gets his first two. Wunderlich, though, gets a shot up and in. 27-15. And the Cats throw it away. A little too much pressure there. Couldn't handle it. Another turnover for the Cats. So, yeah, I think are we approaching double digits on turnovers?
9. That's what I've got. In that
9. Situation
right there, Foley's got to take his time. You know, even if he has to dribble one time, dribble. Don't just turn. He knows when he gets the ball, his job is when he gets the ball at the point there is to reverse it.
Right.
Well, it doesn't mean you just turn and throw it. You know, I mean, you got to find that guy and see where he's at.
Engler forces Lee out, and then he ends up losing the ball right to Gus. Oh, man, good job by Ernie, and look at him attack the lane, but he'll go to line to shoot too. All right, so Ernie's got 9 points in this basketball game. He'll get 2 free throws here. He would really like down the stretch for him to improve that foul shooting. Man, that's a good start there.
Looked like a 95% shooter that time.
It's all in your mind sometimes.
You're only as good as your last shot. So
right.
Right now he's 100%, so you got to look at that.
2 for 2, yes, sir. Good job, Tanner. 11 points for the senior. 29-15, Jasper leads by 14. Gus, Wunderlich goes around him. He's going to go to the lane and can't get the shot to go. And that tip in doesn't count there. So 29-15, I wouldn't say it's a pretty basketball game for the Jasper Wildcats, but they're up by 14 though.
No, you're exactly right. You know, unofficially, I've got them for 9 turnovers in the first half. We're fortunate that Mater Dei's not shooting the ball very well. I mean, obviously not the three-pointers, but even inside that, I mean, their shooting percentage has got to be not very good.
No, I know.
I'll get with Coach Gobert maybe and see if I can steal some of his stats for the first half. But, you know, they're you know, so from that aspect, you know, we're fortunate, you know, to have the 14-point lead. But it's, you know, it's one of these games where at the end of the game when the scoreboard shows 0 time left, you want to be ahead.
Right.
You know, now obviously, you know, getting towards the end of the year and starting to get crunch time now, you know, you want to start playing your best basketball.
Oh, yeah.
So you hate to have these games where you've got 9 turnovers in the first half.
Right.
You know, if this is a sectional game and you're playing a Wrights or somebody like that, you know, that those 9 turnovers could be 6, 7, 8 point deficit. You know, and when it comes sectional time, you can't. It gets harder to come back from those in that situation. So,
well, we faced a full court press a good part of that first half, and that probably forced 3 or 4 of those turnovers.
And it did, you know. But the day and age now of huddle and all these things, where people watch all these game films, you know, Castle, Wrights, Harrison, you know, these guys are going to pick up on this. Hey, you know, if you do this, they struggle with it.
Right.
So, and from our standpoint, I'm sure the coaching staff will look at this and they'll work on this in practice.
Right.
You know, hey, here's what we need to do to get better at breaking the press and cut down on the turnovers.
Right. All right, well, we'll take a halftime break here. Jasper 29, Mater Dei 15 here on 18 WJTS. We're at halftime here at Jasper High School. Jasper leads the Mater Dei Wildcats 29-15. Take a look at the scoring. First for Mater Dei, just 4 players have scored. Leading scorer is Peyton Lee off the bench with 5. Actually, along with Mason Wunderlich, who also has 5 points. 3 points for Luke McDermott and Isaac Gable with just 2. For the Wildcats, they are led by Tanner Ernie, already in double figures with 11 points. 6 points for Connor Foley, 5 points for Grant Young, including 3 of 3 from the foul line. And Gus Heichelbeck with 4 off the bench. Michael Beekler with 2. And starter Jack Albrand with 1. So
we need to cut down on the turnovers the second half. Play a little bit harder on defense, I believe.
And handle the press better.
And handle the press better. And if you handle the press better, that will cut down on the turnovers because they seem to go hand in hand. I stole some stats from Coach Gobert at halftime. Mater Dei's 1 of 12 from the 3-point line and 5 of 13 from the 2-point line.
Wow.
They're not shooting the ball very well.
No, not at all.
And, they're not completely out of the game, but
just 6 field goals in the ball game so far. One of them's a 3-pointer. Good curl move there, but a good defensive stop there by McDermott. Good job by Ernie. Man, he's just got that kiss off the glass going for him.
He has a quick release. His shot's very hard to block because of it. He jumps quick. He doesn't jump that high, but he jumps quickly and shoots quickly.
Actually, there's an opportunity there for Luke McDermott. He locked the handle, but now the Cats the other way, and there goes Ernie again. So he's got 4 quick points, 15 on the ball game, 4 quick in the quarter. Jasper jumps out to an 18-point lead. 33-15. Ernie, who had 23 against Forest Park and then 17 the other night against Heritage Hills. Beating up on Mater Dei tonight. Wunderlich in the lane, gives it up. Spin move there by Blaine Herr, and there's going to be a whistle down low.
They just kind of look lost on offense to me. It doesn't look like they have. It looks more like the old IU Bobby Knight when he was there, where you didn't have. And this is, I'm saying it in a good sense. They didn't run. They ran the motion offense. Which meant you didn't have to be in one spot at a particular time. You had spots to fill.
Yeah, screens were constantly
being set. So when it was flowing good, it looked good. But when it didn't flow right, it didn't look very good.
I agree.
And that's kind of the way Mater Dei looks tonight. Their offense just doesn't look like it's gelling. It doesn't look like it's flowing the way that it's supposed to.
Right. Well, here's the press here. So again, first test for Jasper in the second half. Cats are able to break it. Grant Young gave up the 3, but then stops for a 12-footer, and he puts that one in. Good game for him. He's got 7. Jasper's lead is 19, 35-16. Wunderlich with a high shot. That's what you want from a big man there, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he did a good job. He was able to put the ball on the floor.
Gus, there we go. Gus with a nice post move himself. 6 points for him. Jasper 37, Mater Dei 18. And we're going to have a foul. Or he said he stepped out of bounds.
No, I think he stepped out of bounds.
Okay.
We won't count that as a turnover.
No. 5:39 on the clock, third quarter action. Jasper leads 37-18, and the ball just rolls right off the foot of McDermott there. It's one of those situations where it's like you try to make a move before you have the ball in your hand, and the ball just bounced right off his toe.
It's funny, but it's not. I mean,
Frustrating.
Yeah. Kid's out there trying his hardest and probably took his eye off the ball at the last minute.
Right.
Like you said, getting ready to make a move, and that's not a good pass. We got fortunate there. But
Jack had himself set and beautifully puts that shot right through.
And that's one of those situations where they had the steal, and then next thing you know, we ended up with 3-pointers. So.
All right, Kurt Wildeman's had enough, so he calls a timeout. Jasper is now extended to a 22-point lead with 5:15 to go here in the third period on 18 WJTS. All right, Mater Dei looking to cut into a 22-point deficit. Say it slower. Deficit.
Deficit. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Well,
a little speech therapy afterwards.
When it's a 22-point game, you got to find something to talk about, don't you?
I know we do. All right, but there's a nice play there by Isaac Gable to put one up and in. He's got 4. And we'll have a chance to make it 5. 40-20 as Lee checks back in.
When does the sectional draw come out for the boys? Do you know?
Well.
Is it this Sunday or is it the next?
Did he bank that free throw?
No, it went in.
It looked like he banked it in, though.
No, I don't think, but I don't know. Okay. That's a long way over down on that other end.
Have to watch a replay on that.
You got the glasses on, I don't.
When I looked up, I thought it hit the glass and went in. All right, Gus, there we go. Now Gus is starting to find that touchdown low. You just got to make a little subtle move every once in a while just to get that opening, don't you?
Yeah, we did a good job of breaking the press, and we broke the press again by passing the basketball, not dribbling. We made about 4 good passes, and we got a layup without a dribble.
Well, Lee had an opening there and was able to put it up and in. He's got 7. 19-point lead for Jasper. Grant Young backs up, gives it up. Gus again, point blank. Gus has got a quarter going. He's got 10 points in the ball game, 6 in this quarter.
And he's a beneficiary of a lot of good passing this quarter.
Passing and court awareness too. You just got to keep your eyes up. Because like you said, anytime you're double teamed, somebody's there, and you just got to find it just like that. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect example. Shot didn't go, but it was a great look. All right, subs 32, Lannard for Mater Dei, Foley and Spencer Englert in. 44-23, Jasper in control. Wunderlich. Foley, good job to hold his ground there. Connor, he'll attack. Off the glass, doesn't go though. Mason comes down with the rebound. Lee's gonna launch. Foley gets another rebound. I'd like to know what his rebound numbers are. Again, he's been pretty well double-double almost every game for a few of them. And there's a good job there by Michael Beekler with a beautiful feed down to him.
And again, a lot of these passes, that was another very nice pass from, was it Englert or Young? I don't remember which one threw it. But, and the thing to remember is a lot of these passes are being able to be made because they're not putting pressure on the ball. If the guy guarding the ball is up in his man and guarding him hard, it's hard to see that, to make that pass.
All right, well, good job there by Ernie to get to the lane, fed down into Michael Beekler, but he gets it knocked away, so Jasper will have the ball underneath. So Tanner's going to sit. So the Cats have Jack, Spencer, Connor, Michael, and Grant feed in on the inbound. Now he gets it over to Albram. 46-23, there's a backdoor play. I wouldn't say backdoor, just a give and go.
That's a back screen.
Back screen, there we go. 48-23, Jasper with a dominant 25-point lead now. Really extended it out. They led by 14 at halftime. 48-23. There's a nice feed. He's able to gather it, and now Connor's going to have to foul from behind to prevent number 33, Isaac Gable, from getting an easy bucket there. So a quiet quarter for fouls. 3 committed on Jasper, none on Mater Dei. The thing is, though, each foul has been in a shooting variety, so Mater Dei gets another free throw there. They've 3 of 4 on the quarter. And Gable, 2 for 2. (48-25) with 1:39 to go here in the third quarter.
Man-to-man press, just get the ball to your ball handler and everybody else get out of the way, just like they did. That's the best way you break that press.
Yeah, actually, I think high school has the rule at, is it 35 when they have a running clock?
30 or 35, I'm not even sure what it is.
I know in football it's actually 35. I'm pretty sure high school basketball is the same way.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the 30s, I know.
We're at 1 minute. Jasper with a 23-point lead, just working the ball. Grant Young, left-handed shot doesn't go, so Mater Dei comes down with the board here with 50 seconds. There's a 3-point shot, and nicely hit there by Blaine Herr for his first bucket of the ball game. 4 points for him. So that makes it a 20-point game, so a little 5-0 run for Mater Dei right now. 22 seconds as Jasper spreads it. Gus double team, gives it back up. Grant's going to shoot the 3. Can't get it to go, and Mater Dei has another opportunity here with 8 seconds. So there's going to be a drive, and so that's basically finishing with a 7-0 run. Mater Dei did. Jasper is up by 25 right now, just up by 18 as we end the third quarter. 48-30 here on 18 WJTS.
They did.
48-30, Jasper leads. So Mater Dei ended that with a 7-0 run. They actually scored 15 in the first half, but they had 15 there in that third quarter. Wonderlic shot up, doesn't go. On the floor is Ernie with the rebound. Auburn gets it. Actually, they're showing a zone out there right now, Jason.
Yeah, they are. Kind of a 2-1-2, which if I was Jasper, I would just stand out there with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't need to score.
Gus down low, makes the move, and puts it up and in. So Gus having a big night tonight.
And we talked about that earlier. You know, I mean, they've got no answer inside for him and Foley.
Well, there's a shot that doesn't go by Lee. Jasper up by 20.
Been kind of the common theme tonight. Shot by Mater Dei that doesn't go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, not much to say, except for Gus making a move down here, and they end up calling him for an offensive foul. All right, so Jasper with a 20-point lead, 50-30, 6:15 on the clock here.
And to answer my question that I asked a while ago, I finally got it to work. The 112th annual IHSA Boys Basketball State Tournament Pairing Show is Sunday, February the 20th.
Okay.
From 5 to 7.
February 20th.
Yeah.
All right, so we play Pike Central on the 18th, so we'll know where we stand once we play that final game against Bedford.
So
I
was going to say Bedford will be the only game that we play after we know, I think.
Yeah. So Mason Wonderlick gets his 8th point of the ball game at the foul line, make it 9. 50-32.
Yeah, they're getting like a 1-2-2 zone. I thought maybe they were going to try to trap out of it, but they're not.
Englert's going to pop 3, miss it. Tanner comes down with the rebound. Tries to get it up there, but misses. Gus saves it, though. Cats hang on to the possession here. Feed into Michael. And he will draw the contact and shoot 2. All right, so Beekler gets the roll there. First foul whistled on Mater Dei here in this second half. Cats of Jasper being called for 5. And good job by Michael to hit both. Jasper doing an outstanding job from the free throw line tonight. 8 of 9. Get that back to a 20-point lead, 52-32 as they feed down. Gus denies that pass into Wunderlich. They're staying in that 2-1-2.
Yeah, I don't know why they would switch at this juncture in the game to it, but
yeah, especially when you're down this much. It's
Yeah.
like, can Jasper, who loves to run this ball control whenever we get the opportunity, and especially when we get a sizable lead.
yeah, I mean we don't have to shoot, the rest of the game.
Yeah, 'cause especially if they're not putting too much pressure on the guards.
Yeah, exactly.
They do come down and try to trap there in the corner, but Cats get out of it quick. All right, so milk about another minute off of it. Grant Young's going to pop the shot and doesn't go. Still a 20-point lead for Jasper as we come up on the halfway point of the fourth quarter. 52-32. Drive there. Shot does not go there for Luke McDermott. And that's going to be a whistled foul on the Mater Dei Wildcats, just their second. This one will go against number 32, Drew Lannert, as we get a substitution here.
Not a real big crowd here tonight, is there, Craig?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, it's just kind of ho-hum. I think Mater Dei might have I counted a while ago, like 23 people here. So.
All right. Well, is that counting the cheerleaders?
No, they've got about 23 cheerleaders.
All right, we'll take a break. Jasper's up by 20 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Cats will have the basketball. Leading by 20, 52-32. Jumped out to a quick 10-0 lead in this basketball game and has led throughout. Allbrand gets the roll, so he has hit a couple three-pointers tonight. 7 points for him, makes it a 23-point game, 55-32. Wunderlich goes against Gus. Yeah, that seems like a matchup that Mater Dei didn't really try to exploit tonight,
No, because Wunderlich being a quarterback, you would think he would be able to move, be a little more athletic than what Gus is.
Right.
So you would have thought they would have tried to, like you said, exploit that and take advantage of it, but they haven't. They've settled for that shot all night, and they haven't hit any of them.
Yeah, that one went in and out for Peyton Lee there. I think he's still their leading scorer at 7 points tonight. So Jasper just looking to close out this basketball game and improve their record in the conference at 6-2. So again, it really sets up that matchup for Castle on Friday night. Castle 3-1 in the conference, so they still got a little hill to climb to get a claim to the conference, but you know, again, they're going to have to win that game against Jasper if they want to try to potentially win it outright.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I think, you know, I've kind of seen some of the scores of late, and I think Castle's playing pretty well right now.
Ooh, Michael Beekler can't get that to go, and now it's climbing over the top of him on the rebound. That's going to be a foul on
who?
I think number 40, Blaine.
No, they're calling it on Jasper.
Wow, okay.
Cameron Howard?
No, they called him Beekler.
Beekler.
I thought Beekler kind of had control of the position there, but all right, so Jasper's actually going to their bench here. Corbin Bagley checks in.
Cameron Howard's in.
Okay.
And Charlie Cabert.
Yep.
Jasper's bench ain't as deep as what it used to be. I mean, they only dress 10 guys right now with the 2 injuries.
Well, there's a three-point shot that doesn't go as Howard gets the rebound. Bagley's going to bring it up and gives it up to Cabert. Inside at 2 right now at 1:50. Jasper just trying to work the clock and get this game over with.
Keep the clock moving right now. That's the number one objective. Keep the clock running.
They tried to feed it into Howard there, but Bagley's brings it back out. 1:30. And Aaron pass is picked off there, but then Spencer gets it right back. So make a mistake one way, but make another play the other way. That's the way to do it. So that's going to be a foul whistled on number 5, Cole Norman, who's checked in. And just their 3rd personal foul, so no free throws.
These are good minutes for these young kids, young guys that are, you know, getting Bagley and Cabert and Howard.
Right.
You know, they're going to be the future of the basketball program next year.
Right.
So, you know, when you know, a lot of times kids take this the wrong way when they get in the game here because it's like, oh, the game's over with, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you need to get in there and be able to show the coach that you can compete at the varsity level.
Oh, yeah. All right, so the ball gets knocked away, and Mater Dei winds up with a basket for Cole Norman there. So 55-34 as we come inside a minute with 48 seconds. And Jasper will improve to 15-3, 4-game winning streak since that loss against Harrison. Howard gets hammered. So these will be, actually Beekler hit 2 free throws earlier. I was going to say, just not many trips to the foul line for Jasper here in the second half. And Howard can't get that one to go.
No, that's only Mater Dei's 5th foul, so
yeah,
in the half.
And can't get the roll there. All right, so scramble there. Cabert comes up with, and they call it a jump ball.
Oh, that's a shocker. Your favorite call in all games, jump ball.
I'd love the jump ball if they actually did a jump ball. I wish they'd bring that back like the NBA does.
Because the officials can't throw it up right.
Yeah.
I shouldn't put them all in that same class. There are some that can.
Yeah.
I was somewhere the other night. I think it was at the girls' game at Forest Park, and the official threw the opening tip up so high that neither girl could even come close to getting it.
Oh, man. All right, so Jasper with a 55-34 win over Mater Dei. So John Gable beats his alma mater. And pretty well, it's just a simple case of taking care of business tonight.
It was. We talked about it in the pregame early that, you got to come out and take care of business tonight and do the things that you have to just be able to walk away with a win tonight. But, from that standpoint, I think Jasper, they have some work to do. The 9 turnovers in the first half. Second half I kind of got wrapped up and didn't keep track, but they obviously did a lot better job in the second half with the turnovers. So I think, from the coach's standpoint, that'll be one of the things they emphasize probably the next couple days on practice. And it's kind of a short turnaround with the Tuesday game, and you come back with a Friday night game. So you got Wednesday and Thursday, to prepare for Castle. And like you said, that's kind of that's a big game for us.
Right.
If we want to have a chance of a share of the SIAC, we have to win that game Friday night.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And then obviously, like we said, there's going to be some help somewhere along the line with some other teams losing. But, we've got ourselves in that position. And like we said early, you just have to take care of yourself. And then by taking care of yourself, you got to go out and play well and win.
Right.
Obviously the conference is a big deal. But from the same sense, I want to see us start to play our best basketball here in the next week or two.
Yeah.
Because the sectional's right around the corner. And that's what you play all year for is for that sectional.
Right.
And it's, believe it or not, it's not that far off. It's funny how fast these seasons go.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
You get in a groove or in a rut there where it just seems like it's dragging on. And then the next thing you know, it's about over. And it's like, well, and that's to the point where we're getting. We're wrapping it up.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to continue to improve. I thought our effort was okay tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was our normal, typical, get in your face, great defense.
Right.
Thankfully, and obviously we didn't need it tonight.
Right.
But from that standpoint, I would like to see us, game in and game out from here on, get after them.
Right.
Get after them on defense. We held them to 34 points, but they shot, And again, there's a difference between shooting the ball poorly with great defense on you, and then there's the shooting the ball poorly.
Right.
And I felt like tonight they just shot the ball poorly.
Yeah.
I didn't think our defense forced them to shoot bad.
Right.
I just didn't think they shot the ball the way they're capable of tonight.
Right. Yeah.
So I would like to see us get back to the defensive pressure and intensity that we've had this year at majority of the time. So that's one thing, I would like to see us improve and get a little more consistent with.
Well, the thing is, I think Friday night you're going to be forced to do that.
You're exactly right.
You're playing a pretty hot Castle team that actually is 11-5 overall. They've won 2 straight. They score almost 60 points a ball game, where Jasper averages 56.4 going into tonight. And John Gable has spoken before and in talks with him after the game. He says if we score 60 points, we feel pretty good that we're going to win a basketball game. But we're going to play a team that almost averages 60 points coming up here.
And that's a good point, because when you play the defense the way we are capable of playing, and you score 60, you feel like you're going to hold them under 60.
Yes, right.
So like you said, with Castle averaging almost that, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they probably haven't played a lot of teams this year that can play defense the way we're capable of.
Right,
it.
right.
So, that could cut down their scoring average.
Right.
So we'll have to see, but we got to come ready to play Friday night.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the other thing too is that what I like about the way our schedule is structured, and obviously playing in the conference, Southern Indiana Athletic Conference, you got 9 conference games now, as opposed to when we were playing a Big 8, we're down to 6 teams. So, you're playing a lot more, competitive ball games that have meaning. So.
No doubt.
All right, so we're going to take a break here. We got Coach John Gable to talk with us here coming up on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here. We got Coach John Gable, and John, you got to beat your alma mater. That's always going to be a good thing, right?
Well, any win is good,
Yeah.
and especially after last season. So, sitting 15-3 right now, I believe, and we look at it a little bit. The 3 losses have all been really tight down the stretch, and so we're really an eyelash away from being 18-0.
Yeah.
But we also won some close games.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Evans Memorial and Gibson Southern and Washington, to say the least. So tonight, wasn't a work of art. We had 9 first-half turnovers, which is really unacceptable. And we got away with it because Mater Dei wasn't shooting the ball well, fortunately. Right. So, but the good news is the second half we had 3 turnovers and put in a heck of a defensive effort to hold them to 32 points, I believe. Right. I think it was 55-32, is that, or 34 or something?
55-34.
Yeah. So
they did have that 15-point quarter in the third, but other than that.
Yeah. And that's a team, they didn't play well tonight, Mater Dei didn't, but it's a team that could put up some points. And,
right.
We were down there a couple weeks ago when they just handled Evansville North. And when they're shooting well and they're excited, which happens at home for them quite a bit, they're a little bit better shooting team at home than they generally are. But they're a team that when they get hot, they're hard to handle. And so I thought our defense was stellar tonight overall. Now, we went into that stretch in the middle of the second half where all of a sudden we were letting them back cut us. And we were letting guys dribble around us with their strong hand like we were back in grade school. But we settled down and figured it out, and we continued the course. So it was a good win for us.
Well, we faced a lot of full-court press tonight. Talk about how we handled that.
Well, in the first half, we just didn't handle it real well. We didn't look up the floor first. We were content with reversing the ball, and we had guys in the middle. We had guys up the side if we just give them a chance to get open. So we just tweaked it a little bit. We didn't cut until after the reverse in the second half, and it was just a simple tweak, and it seemed to work pretty well. So, it wasn't really a trapping press. They were trying to get you in a hurry, then tip from behind. Right. So I thought overall we handled it pretty well. But I think one thing it did in the first half was it sped us up and got us a little excited, and we dribbled a little bit too much and too out of control and caused some unnecessary turnovers.
Well, one player I think tonight that's improving, or we saw some improvement in this post play, and that was Gus Heichelbeck.
Yeah, Gus early in the year surprised a lot of people. We put up a lot of points in the post. Last year he was shooting from the perimeter really well, and this year he's mainly been scoring in the paint. But people figured him out early, and him and Connor Foley, they've been doubling on him pretty good. And Gus did a nice job tonight, collected himself, taking a deep breath, counting for a second or two before he makes his move. It's something we worked really hard with him on over the last several weeks is reading the defense before you just take off.
Right.
And, sometimes we decide what we're going to do before we catch the ball, and you have to take what the defense gives you. And so, Gus scoring points makes us a lot better basketball team. And he's a good athlete and a good basketball player and got a lot of faith in him.
Right. Well, one other thing, too, we were talking about as far as meaningful games throughout the year. I mean, every conference game is extremely meaningful. We're playing a team tonight. Mater Dei is not their best team out there. But, again, it's a conference game, and then we have one more against Castle. Talk about really what the value of Southern Indiana Athletic Conference is for Jasper basketball.
Well, to us, it's kind of a pride thing. I think when the Big 8 folded and Jasper joined the SIAC, I think a lot of people worried, could we compete in it? But, what people don't realize is the last year we were in the Big 8, we played all the SIAC, all the schools except for Boston.
We did, yeah.
And that was Jackson Cabrick and Quentin Harmon and Elliot Hope and Carter Stamm. That was their senior year. And we would have been, I believe, 7-2 in the conference that year.
I remember that.
So it's not like we couldn't beat the teams that were already in the conference. And last year was with the COVID and with the people that were in and out, and we were playing a bunch of juniors and just had a really rough year. We didn't do so well in the conference. We didn't favor so well. But this year we're sitting 6-2, I believe, right now.
Right.
And there's several other teams with 1 and 2 losses, but they have a lot of conference games to play. We only have 1 to play, and several of those schools some of them have 2 and 3 conference games left. So we're still on the hunt.
Now Castle's 3-1. I think Bossy's 3-1 yet. So they got a lot of basketball left.
So winning the conference isn't, we don't have to live and die by that. We want to win a sectional, but proving that we belong in the conference and can compete in the conference, and we've already proven that. Obviously, we run it in baseball in the spring, and we won it in football in the fall.
Right.
I don't think that there's any question now that we can play in the SIAC, but
no doubt.
But it's good. It's good to play good competition because it makes you better. And a lot of these conference foes we're going to see at tournament time because we're in that sectional still. And so it's just a good test of our character and good test of how good we can possibly be. And so that Castle game on this coming Friday is important. First of all, so that we can finish 7-2 in the conference and give ourselves a chance to at least share that title. But also, we're 9-0 at home this year, and that's kind of been a goal of ours this year too. We want to win all of our home games in front of our home crowd, and so we got 2 home games left. We have Castle on Friday, then we play Bedford in a couple weeks, and for senior night. So I think our seniors are really determined to make that happen.
Right. So what do we know about Castle?
They are a team that, starting about the midpoint of the year, probably first of January, a team that they had a couple guys come back out of injury, and as of late, I believe they've won 8 out of their last 9 or something like that. So they don't have any they're a little bit like us. They've got a little bit of size, they've got a little bit of speed, they've got some kids who are experienced, and they're playing well and they're confident. And so it's going to be a tough matchup.
And I saw they're averaging almost 60 points a ball game. And we talked, I think, after the New Albany game when we scored 60 in that one. You said if we score 60, we're pretty confident we can win a basketball game. So
yeah, with the way we want to play defense, we feel like if we get to our 60 points, we're going to win most of our games.
Right.
And, we got 55 tonight, but we held Mater Dei to 34. But Castle holding them below 60 is going to be a challenge because they have some tools and they have some guys that match up with us on the inside as good as anyone we've seen this year. So, it's going to be definitely, we're glad we're playing it at home, and it's going to be a tough out. But I think we have 2 days. We have Wednesday and Thursday to get ready for them, and I'm sure that we're going to show up and ready to play.
All right. Well, we look forward to it, Coach.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Craig.
All right.
Thank you.
Big win tonight and big game coming up Friday night. So, thanks, John.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, so the Jasper Wildcats with a 55-34 win over the Mater Dei Wildcats. And 2 scores in double figures for the Wildcats include Tanner Ernie, 15, Gus Heichelbeck, 12. And Mater Dei, not a single player actually. They have 1 player, Mason Wunderlich, with 9 points. So the Wildcats holding them to just 34 points and win it 55-34. So again, we'll play our final Southern Indiana Athletic Conference. I'm not speaking very well tonight, Jeff. Southern Indiana. There we go. All right, so yes, we will play Castle on Friday night. That is a varsity tip at 8 o'clock, 6:30 on the JV game. And that will be our only game over the weekend. Then we have that makeup game at Bar Reeve next Tuesday. So for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Markos on the video, Jasper wins and improves to 15-3 over Mater Dei here on 18 WJTS. Good night.